Okay, should be back now. Yeah, sorry about that. I just fucked that up. You guys might have to refresh the stream, whoever might be watching. But yeah, that was my fuck up. But I'm back now. I gotta take my freaking. I don't know why I still have my wallet in my goddamn pocket. Haven't even been out. Well, I mean, I was outside today. I actually had to pay a late fee for a game, but it wasn't that much. It was only like $9.
It's not like I was planning to leave.
Yeah, it's a bit late for that.
Yeah, we're fighting bitches now, guys. Now, I only wish this thing was leveled up. That would be pretty sweet. I wonder how hard this hits when it's maxed out. Maybe like in the 600s? I don't know. Well, I'm glad I have that guard break 25% thing on now. It's probably going to help with this. Ow. You fuck. Ooh, a strength drop? Hell, I might as well have one of those. Armor break plus 30%? Oh my god. That's nuts. Man, I'm fucking stuck, dude. Like, get off. Jesus Christ. I don't want to fucking die here. Ow. Damn, EXP rate plus 30%? That's nuts. Got the bitch. And of course more of them show up. Holy crap. Yeah, I just keep using these strength drops. I think they're dropping them for a reason anyway, these enemies. Certainly helps though. Forgot. Can I not launch one fucking magic attack without you guys being an asshole? Jeez. Did he just buff those guys? I'm not even sure what he's doing. Goofy ass game. So tired of that shit. Yeah, I'm almost positive they're buffing him or something. I can't quite tell. Where's that other wizard guy? He's somewhere here. He's somewhere. There he is. Let me try lancing the fuck out of him, maybe. Ow! For fuck's sakes. That better be a strength drop or something. Broken wristwatch? Well, I mean... I do need those. I think I need 6 of those, actually. Another closed book. Great. Goodness, they just don't stop, buddy. Ah, shit, 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 shit! Ah.
Damn it! It won't stop coming!
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it, dude.
I'll open the next door. Cover me.
Oh, how I do love a good Twice! Hmm? Oh, right. Protect the hussy, yes?
Yeah,
Good
protect the
plan,
hussy,
sir.
exactly. Guard resistance plus 30%. Nah, that could be kind of nice. I don't even use guard though, but
Protect Kaine for us.
shoot the fucker out of the sky. That'll help.
Come on.
Kaine, hurry!
It's not open yet? Do I look like a goddamn locksmith to you?
I mean, no. You look like a hussy though.
No, you idiots! What are you doing?
Lock doesn't want to open? Fine. I'll just
Good luck
break
with that.
it down.
Stop, you impatient fool!
But yeah, level 29 we just hit. Goodness gracious. Shit took forever.
Goddamn no good bullshit bastard! Open the fuck up already! Got it.
Kaine! Look
Stab.
out!
What the fuck are those? Eggs? Bombs?
Are they laughing? These things are freaking me out!
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's up with them. And they're not very strong though.
What's wrong?
We need to help Kaine!
What do you think I'm doing, dude? Oh, like actually help her up. You alright, girl?
You okay?
Yeah, but we got problems.
I don't know what the fuck that guy's supposed to be. Working for the Shadow Lord? What is he? The Shadow Lord's advisor? Like, what the fuck? What in God's name is he doing? Whoa! What? Goddamn boar. Okay. Huh.
We don't need forgiveness, asshole.
Kaine? Damn it.
Hey, there's a thing on top of it. That's probably a weak point, right?
How should I know?
Kaine, are you all right?
I'm fine. Let's just kill some shit and move on, alright?
Yeah, I agree. Kill some shit. Yeah, I think that's its weak point, though, on top of it.
Damn it! How can something so big be so fast?
It's a very good question, honestly. Stop your body slams, bitch!
Brace yourself against the shock. It seems to lose some control when it charges.
Like an actual boar. Got it. Hey, get your bitch ass over here. I was worried for a second. I thought I wouldn't be able to get it.
Oh dear.
Ah, fuck. There's a second one. Oh, I see. We can only hit it when its underbelly is exposed, I guess. There we go. Might as well get myself a herb. Okay, I was about to say I fucked that up.
Can you even hurt this thing?
I think I... What the hell is it doing now?
Fuck. Oh no.
We can't stop now. Damn it.
I have no idea what it's
Stay
doing.
focused, Kaine. Don't fall victim to such distractions.
Come on. We have to
I think it's trying to poison us or something. I don't know. Just keep smacking it. Okay. Oh. We just leaving it then? Sure. Why not? Really? Another weapon? Obtain the spear Dragon Lance? Well, that sounds pretty fucking cool.
Up here.
Of course, can't use that fucking elevator, I imagine. Alright, let's fucking go up the stairs. Yeah, I kind of forgot about this segment, honestly. Like, the boar seems pretty familiar, but... I imagine we don't have time to fuck around with these crates, honestly, so yeah, let's just... Run! Ah, fuck! Damn, you really have to haul ass! I probably wasn't too far. I mean, I probably shouldn't bother putting on a two-handed sword if, Do I still... I was about to say, I probably need to use this weapon, actually. Dragon Lance. Looks like a fucking, Looks like a jousting lance to me, but okay. Yeah, we don't got time to take care of these barrels and shit. We gotta go, go, go. Go, 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 go. Gotta go.
Please hurry.
Come on, come on. Good. We made it.
Damn it, I can't get it open.
Guess we gotta kill a bitch.
Attack
Ah!
incoming!
Bitch.
The entrance is locked too.
It seems we are in a bit of a predicament. Strike the beast while it's down.
What do you think I'm doing, Weiss? You dummy.
Hit the thing while it's down.
Again, what do you think I'm doing, dude? So how do we kill it again? Keeps coming back. He's a stubborn fuck, isn't he? Oh! Damn. I'm surprised this one gave you so much trouble. Let our friends through. The people of the mask owe you a great debt. And now is the time to repay it. Ha! This one could stand up to listen up a bit. My citizens were speaking of your latest adventure. This is the castle that's Castle Lord, Shadow Lord, isn't it? Then we have a con enemy. We'll hold this one off. Please keep moving.
But
We're the people of the mask. We will stand our ground in our last breath. I swear it upon Freya's grave. I swore to become a good and just ruler. Alright. Yeah, have fun with that fucking malarkey.
hey, stop! Let me go! Stop it! Damn it! King, no!
We'll meet again, you and I, once all of this is over. Until then. That's the power of friendship right there.
Open the door! You can't fight that thing on your own!
It's alright. You have to keep going. Defeat the Shadow Lord and get your sister back. You must once again know the joy of having one you love by your side. Now then. See, how many rules were there about to shout before dying in battle? 89, my lord. Amazing, how do you remember all these things? Do not despair, my liege. We are with you. I know. Let's try this again. By the honor of the mask! For the honor of our king! For the honor of our queen!
Open the damn door!
Knock
You
it
just
off,
got
Alright.
bitch slapped.
Let's go.
Kaine.
He's fighting for you. And for Fira. Don't let him die for nothing.
My friend.
Alright. I was about to say, I better get some recovery herbs or something, because... Oh, recovery potion? Okay. I'll definitely take one of those. Health salve. Might as well use one just to restore my thing. Strength capsule. I don't need them. Pretty sure I know what's coming up ahead. Not really looking forward to it.
Devila. Popola.
Oh, look. You made it. We've been waiting for so long.
Why are you doing this?
It began 1300 years ago. Humanity, finding itself on the brink of extinction, undertook a last-ditch rescue plan called Project Gestalt. Do you still not remember, Grimoire Weiss? Then let's give you a refresher.
Obtained Project Gestalt documents.
Weiss! My mind. I remember. Devila. Popola. You are not human. In fact. Oh no.
Yeah, sometimes the truth can be a real bitch. You want to finish that thought for him, sister? All of us, every person standing in this room, are mere shells created by the true humans.
What are you saying?
You still don't get it? You aren't human.
So then humans, I mean the true humans, are extinct?
No. They still live on.
You know them as shades. Each shade is a twisted remnant of what was once a human being.
Crazy, huh? Now let's skip the part where you stand there with your mouths agape and just get down to business.
Wait. Wait!
Sorry, but we're gonna be needing that shell of yours. The rightful owner has been waiting for a very long time. Please don't be angry with us. We are only doing our duty. Our endless existences have a single purpose: to control the lives of others in accordance with the will of the true humans. You have your own motives, your own desires. And we have ours. I fear it really is just that simple.
Don't speak such foolishness.
Sorry.
This song kicks ass too.
You and us, we're the same. Tools in the hands of a master.
No! I'm nothing like you!
I might as well keep using the lance, I guess. I don't know. It's fairly fast. I mean, I could kill them a lot quicker. I love hearing this song. But yeah, this is the Song of the Ancients song, the Devila Popola edition. We've actually already heard this once, but... Fucker. I mean, I could just spam the orbs, honestly. If I really wanted to. I'm gonna impale the fuck out of you, Devila. Aw, damn it. I guess she cock-blocked me there, didn't she? Ow. I'm not even sure what the hell move she was doing there. Oh, she's just doing her little magic spell thing, yeah. And then Devil is just making like a whirlwind of protective orbs, basically. I could just hop around like a fucking bunny if I wanted to. I'm trying to finish her off with a lance, but it won't let me for some reason. There we go. Sorry, Devila. I love you.
Devila? Devila? Popola, are you crying? No, don't die. You know, Popola, I understand now why we're twins. It's because we were born without souls. Devila, I can't stop the bleeding. Oh God, I can't stop it. This world is too lonely for one without a soul. There's too much emptiness. Our souls are missing. And yet somehow our tears still work. It's kind of weird. Sorry, sis. I love you. Devila! Devila! Don't you go! No, I can't be alone! Devila!
Let's stop this now.
Stop? Stop? Now you want to stop? You think you have the luxury to stop? You cut down my sister like a goddamn animal and now you want to
You were on our way.
Popola, wait! It doesn't have to.
No one stops! It's way too late to stop! No one stops!
Please, don't do this, Popola! You and Devila were like parents to me!
Those two have watched the world wither for time immemorial. The coolness of such a fate is difficult to imagine.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this! I don't want to fight her!
Stop bitching and start fighting. It's the only way.
Man, she's shoving all the balls in our face now. I mean, I guess you can technically just do this from shooting at her, but I think you're supposed to actually hit the bitch. Probably. Probably. If you can get to the freaking girl. Jesus Christ. Damn it. I like how only the Devila version of the Song of the Ancients is playing now. It's only Devila playing, singing. Thought I'd lance her just like I did her sister.
No stopping. No stopping ever.
Jesus Christ, girl.
The bridge!
Blast! We're trapped.
I've got an idea.
Ah, fuck.
I fear we're done for.
It'll be all right. You know, when I was young, I hated my eyes. And now that I'm older, I hate what my body has become. But there's something else there now. Something like pride, you know? I mean, without all this, I couldn't have become your friend. Goodbye, my friends. Thank you for everything.
Emil.
For so long, all I could do was destroy. But now, I have a chance to save something.
No!
Now get going, okay?
Emil.
Don't worry about me. I'm gonna be fine.
Emil! Emil!
Emil! You jackass, get back here! Emil!
Oh dear. Kaine's so unstable, and Vice can't stop arguing with people. I hope they can hold it together once I'm gone. Well, I guess they'll just have to learn. I want to see you again. I want to see all of you again. Just one more time. I'm scared. I don't want to die.
Well, bitch just nuked herself there. Well, there's Yona all grown up. I wonder what made her stop.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Maybe she thought that's what it, that's, you know, Emil wouldn't want her to hit him. Give me a second. I just thought I'd refresh that chat, because fuck it, why not? That line being there in the corner was kind of annoying me, so, you know. Still don't think there's anybody watching. A couple people, I guess. Yeah, off to the Shadow Lord, bitches. Is that even necessary at this point? Like, come on. Like, I'd rather just kill the Shadow Lord than derp around with these guys, but whatever. I can't even fucking see myself, like, Jesus Christ. Physical strength plus 30%. Yeah, I definitely like that. Sounds appealing to me. Alright. Man, I might as well just... I might as well put more word edit on my... I think I'm actually going to switch it back to the... Oh, I've never even had anything on this thing. Hold on. Physical strength? Does that apply to main weapons, or? Okay, maybe not. Huh. You know what? Fuck it. Put paralyze on there as well as the attack power. I don't know. So sick of these guys interrupting me. Alright. Goodness. Thank God I got recovery potions and shit. I believe this is the Shadow Lord's theme. Well, Yona looks a lot more like a girl now, that's for damn sure.
Yona!
Yeah, there he is. I still have no idea why he has like wings, cape, or whatever. I guess to make him look menacing.
This ends here!
Strike hard. Hold nothing back.
Of course, got to deal with a Grimoire Noir here. Yeah, the speed trophy for this guy is I think a minute flat, which we don't quite do enough damage for that.
Don't speak in such a manner, fool. I am nothing like you.
Got to get our happy asses over there just to break his stupid barrier, though.
No! Impossible!
Never say impossible, bitch.
Don't relax yet. It's not over.
Hell, this isn't even that hard on hard mode. That's the funny thing about this.
Strike it when it has stopped.
Fuck you, Buck. Yeah, that definitely took longer than a minute, but
Be careful!
I know! Ah!
ow. Bitch. Really, I should probably have a strength drop against this dude. Ow.
Vice, you alright?
Naturally, I am as fit as a fit.
Naturally, the guy does have a lot of health. Like, holy shit. Alright, now he's playing the teleport game, huh? Ding, ding, ding. Bitch!
Wait. Brother?
Yona.
Please, just stop. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't need someone else's body. I don't want it. There's another girl inside this body. I can hear her. She won't stop crying. She says she wants to see her brother.
Yona's been possessed?
This girl loves her brother too, just as much as I do. It's not right, you know? It's not right that she can't see him. It's you, isn't it?
Yes, it's me. Let's go home.
I'm really sorry. I don't know what to. I'm so very sorry. No matter what. Just know that I love you.
Hurry. The shade that possessed her is gone.
I imagine he's pretty fucking pissed now.
Kaine, watch over Yona for me. You want me to understand your sadness? You think I'm gonna sympathize with you? I swore to protect my sister and my friends. If someone puts them in danger, they must stand aside or be cut down. Now come on, let's finish this.
Yeah, bitch.
Weiss, what's wrong?
You're freaking me out here, Vice.
What are you doing? Come, just do it.
And fuck it up. Get some magic drops up in this bitch for once. Damn. Whittle him down a little bit. What? What's going on?
No bother. One moment, please.
You okay?
Fine, just fine. Alright, no, I'm not.
Weiss.
It seems some headstrong idiot has decided to push me beyond my limits. I should have taken that job as a cookbook when I had the chance.
Weiss. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Only joking. I hate cookbooks.
But
Let's go. Out of the way. I have one final task to fulfill.
where are you going?
Why, to stop him, of course. But after that, it's up to you. Only you can see this battle to its conclusion. I wish you luck, my friend.
You can't. I swore I'd always fight by your side.
You are an exceedingly stubborn lad. You know that, yes? Perhaps that's why I've so enjoyed our time together. But I fear this is where our journey ends.
Weiss!
Oh, and remember what I told you about using my full name? Well, forget it. I've grown rather fond of Weiss.
Weiss. I knew you'd come around.
Don't let it go to your head now.
Grimoire Weiss has lost all of his powers.
I have something to defend. I have a reason to live.
That's one.
Shadowheart.
So yeah, basically a bullet hell section is all this is what this is about now, guys. Once, twice. Thank God I still have healing items left. Not a lot, but I have some. Gotcha, bitch. See ya, bitch. A world in flux. You defeated the Shadow Lord. Damn straight I did. A bunch of lamps over here. Apparently we can't go to the bed. I guess the game's like, no, you're not good enough. You're not Yona, so... A lot of boxes on pallets out here. This is a big-ass room. Oh, this is probably a ballroom or something, I'd imagine. Probably.
Is Yona all right? Oh God, no.
Oh, please, the girl is fine.
Weiss? Where are you? Are you okay?
I am as well as can be, considering I have lost my physical form. Doubtless my voice will be the next to go, so listen closely. Your sister is safe. Do not mourn her, and do not give up hope. Instead, you must call her back to you.
How?
Use your memories. Recall the times you spent with her. Present her with proof that the two of you live still, and that your lives have meaning.
I don't know.
Typical. But take heart. I know you can do it.
What's my favorite food? Cookies. What's my favorite book? That's my magic storybook. What's my favorite place? Home with you. What's my favorite flower?
The lunar tear.
The lunar tear, of course. Okay, one more question. Who do I love more than anyone?
You hear that, guys? Somebody loves me. That's how she woke up, because she remembered FML.
Is that you?
Yona.
Is this my body?
Yes, Yona. It's yours and yours alone.
You look bigger than before. Like you've grown up.
Well, yeah. I guess you haven't seen me for a while.
Have I been asleep this whole time?
Something like that.
It's almost like I'm a princess from some fairy tale.
Sure looks like one.
Oh, Yona. I'm so happy to have you back.
Me too.
Kaine.
You and your sister. You have a good life, okay?
Where are you gonna go?
Guess I'll...
You could stay with us, you know.
Thanks, but I'll pass. You know how it is. I got my own shit to take care of.
What do you mean?
Personal shit, alright? Anyway, take it easy, yeah?
Kaine.
Hey, look. It's beautiful. For the longest time, I heard someone telling me how they wanted to see the light. And now, they can finally see it.
Hmm.
Thank you. I love it. It's so sunny today.
Yeah, it sure is.
Wasn't that nice? Probably like top 3 best songs in this. Well, I mean the ending song for Nier Automata is pretty fucking good, but Ashes of Dreams, the song playing now, this is definitely superior. But yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing we completed there. $10, huh? Okay. That didn't take insanely long, so I'm glad for that. I'm kind of hungry again. I'm trying to think what else I could eat in my fridge. I should probably eat more of those bananas. Oh, I gotta finish drinking that milk too, yeah. Huh, I could have some Pocky with it. My mom got me like a whole big thing of Pocky, so. But yeah, I got a lot of food for free from Labor Day, so. This thing's taking fucking forever to charge. Okay, so let's probably do this one here. Yeah. So you see that little mark that says A? Well, essentially what this game does is call her back. Yeah, so this game has multiple endings, right? And how it works is that you can do up to 4 endings, and you have to do all 4 in order to unlock the 5th ending, which is basically the canon, more or less. So yeah, load your clear data after completing the game to experience Kaine's story. You can now read Departed Mother's Diary in your house. Wardrobe has been added to the options menu. New outfits can be obtained by progressing through a Departed Mother's Diary. That's interesting. Huh. I don't know, you could get new outfits from reading that. Change music has been added to the game settings section of the options menu. Oh wow, you can change the music whenever you want. I can see some appeals to that, because music's amazing in this game. So to kind of show it off, like, I'm not going to be really streaming much of this right now.
Whenever I interacted with Kaine, I was reminded about something from my past. Maybe my mind has been confusing her with my sister this whole time. Anyway...
So basically how it works is, to get the other endings, essentially you have to replay the second half of the game again. In terms of, like, the things that you kill. But it gives you a different kind of perspective. I forgot it was a storybook. The sound of rain filled the village. The steep cliffs that surrounded the area magnified sound, causing the slightest drizzle to rattle like a thunderstorm. Thin wisps of smoke streamed from huts as the villagers huddled in their homes and waited out the rain. A single child, however, had braved the downpour and was now wandering slowly toward the wooden, hawk-shaped weather vane at the center of town. The wanderer reached the vane, which had existed for as long as any could remember, and stared. The child's face was simultaneously delicate and fierce, like a teacup that has survived a shipwreck. Those traits combined with pale white skin to give the face of an almost sexless quality. If the beak turns east, I go home. If it stays west, then I... The child blinked, rain slowly dripped down the young one's short hair and began its long descent to the ground. Come on, come on. The child felt a slight breeze and watched as the vane slowly creaked to life. Spinning this way and that for a moment, it finally settled with the beak pointing firmly toward the east. East? Really? Before the vane could move again, a jagged rock came spinning and tumbling through the air, striking home against the child's head. The force of the blow dropped the child to the ground as a ball of stones began to fall all around. Oh no, they found me. A heartbreaking smile crept across the child's face as the stones continued their assault. Through the rain, the sound of multiple footsteps grew louder before a voice rang out. Yoo-hoo, Kaine! The voice belonged to Demo. Demo? Worst of all the bullies in the area. As Kaine struggled to stand, a final stone came skidding through the mud and bounced against her foot. Blood oozed from a cut above her eye and blurred her vision, but she could make out the shape of Demo, and his usual gang of idiots. The voice seemed taken aback for a moment by Kaine's seemingly indifference to the blood dripping from her face, but quickly regained his bravado. What's up, freak? You like the rain? You like getting all wet? Or did you finally decide to run away from home? Though she knew it was futile, Kane turned to leave. Before she could get more than a few steps, the other children scrambled to surround her, cruelty burning in their eyes. Kane knew that they were not the only ones on her. The tormentor's parents watched from the safety of their home. She was attuned to this sensation. It was one she had experienced many times before. While some villagers simply turn a blind eye to the actions of their children, many encourage it openly. In a society ruled by superstition and fear, Kane was something to be hated and, if possible, destroyed. I didn't say you could leave, freak. What? That doesn't make any sense, dude. You don't want him there. Whatever. This guy's an idiot. Demo's words chewed at her like a worm through an apple. He can't hurt me, she lied to herself. Be strong, be brave. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt. Oh, look, the little freak is gonna cry. What's wrong? I already said that everyone hates you and wants you dead. Kane prayed for the rain to flood down and carry her away from a world that seemed to have no place for her. But if there were gods, they chose to ignore her. As Demo crept even closer, the clouds began to thin and rain slowed. Even the weather hates me. I'm useless. I'm a failure. I wish Demo's rock had taken my head off. Kane couldn't meet Demo's leering gaze. He lowered her eyes and stared at the muddy ground below. The bully moved forward until he was inches away. She could smell the scent of old meat on his breath. The boy grabbed Kane's face with thick fingers and yanked it upward. She tried to turn away, but he forced her gaze back and jammed his thumb against her eyelid to pry it open. Show me. No. Did you just say no? Dino grinned evilly. You don't say no to me. No one says no to me. Not even taking his attention from Kane, he called to his cohorts. Come on, guys. Let's give the freak what she deserves. As soon as Demo finished, kicks and blows began to rain down upon Kane. Demo paused, still grinning, as Kane curled into a ball and tried to make the pain stop. I don't get you, freak. What you acting like a girl for, huh? Everyone knows what you really are. Kane ignored the question, choosing instead to stare at the weather vane. It continued to point east, as if supremely confident about the future it had chosen for her. Go home? Yeah, that's a funny joke for someone with dead parents and no home to go to. Freak, chanted the children. Freak, freak, freak! Kane closed her eyes and listened to the rain, waiting for the pain to start again. As the clenching hands of the village children closeted around her, she bent her mind to the sound of rain, letting it become her world entire. The rain fell, but the rain never came. Only when the laughter of her tormentors turned to terrified cries did she dare open a single blood-caked eye. Kane was shocked to see Demo sprawled on the ground, holding his head and screaming in pain. She could see blood welling from spaces between his fat, twisted fingers. Oh my god, he's crying! He's actually crying! Deprived of their leader, the other children glanced back and forth between themselves, as if waiting for someone to step forward and take charge. When no savior emerged, they began an uneasy shuffle away from Kane. But the young girl was at the least of their concerns. Instead, their attention was wrapped on the ancient woman standing a few feet away. After struggling for breath for a moment, she finally spoke in a voice thick with rage. Hurts like a bitch, don't it? Now I suggest you scatter before I throw another one. And if any of you little bastards ever touch my Kane again, I'll do far worse than throw a rock. You can count on it. The old woman crouched down and gently touched the hand Demo was using to cover the wound. Before he could think to protest, she ground her palm into the wound and twisted it back and forth. Jeez. Ow, he screamed, leaping to his feet. Stop, what are you doing? Quit whining. Ain't no one ever died from a scratch. You hit me with a rock, you stupid bitch. A big one. That thing could have killed me. The old woman shrugged. Death is the best cure for stupid. Demo's face twisted with rage at her words. Locking his eyes on Kane, he took a step backward and spat on the ground. Get out! Leave this village! No one wants you here! Either of you! Seeing the old woman grab another stone, Dino and his companions turned tail and run. As they fled, the old woman grabbed her side and barked out a single laugh. Ha! Look at the fat boy go! Guess he's healthy enough to run from a fight! The woman's smile faded as she turned her attention to Kane. Kneeling down, she removed her shawl and placed it around the young girl's shoulders, when produced a cloth from the folds of her dress and began blotting out the blood on her forehead. Oh, Kane, she said, why don't you fight back? You're stronger than the lot. The words of her grandmother stung Kane, and she turned away. Don't be nice to me, she said. I don't deserve it. Nothing matters anymore. Her tears, held in check for so long, finally began to fall on the muddy ground below. Everyone hates me. They think I cause bad things to happen. They think I'm a freak. I wish I was dead. As Kaine's tears turned to sobs, she felt her grandmother's head on her shoulders. Despite her advanced age and diminutive size, she was a woman of surprising strength, and Kaine found herself unable to turn away. Don't talk like that, girl. It's a river wide and deep that flows between the realms of this world and the next, and it grants no mercy to any that attempt to cross it. You gotta do your fight until your last breath, understand? The old woman tightened her grip and tried to still the tremor in her voice. You know the pain of losing someone close to you, Kaine. You know because you survived it. As the words hit home, Kaine was struck by the force of her love for the old woman. As a young child, she didn't even know of her grandmother. But when her parents died, the woman quickly accepted her as her own. Grandma, as Kaine called her, was cunning, vulgar, and quick to violence, and that their first few years together had not been easy. With each year that passed, Kaine and her grandmother had grown closer. However, it was only now, sitting in the mud with tears and blood caked on her face, that Kaine truly understood the depths of her affection. Here was a woman who had seen hard times, who had seen death, who had fought through all the things and somehow emerged on the other side. If anyone could understand Kaine's pain and loneliness, it was her. Do I make you sick, Grandma? Of course not. Don't be an ass. Kaine drew her grandmother's moth-eaten shawl around her body and shuddered. But my body, it's not normal. If I was normal, then Mom and Dad wouldn't... Hush, interrupted Grandma. I'll not hear another word of this nonsense. You're my granddaughter and I love you. And if you folks have a problem with that, they can just go to hell. With that, the old woman reached out and placed a wreath of dried flowers in Kaine's hair. The skill it took to bend the flowers without breaking the stems or losing a single petal was remarkable, and the beauty of it made Kaine want to cry all over again. Oh my gosh, these are lunar tears! Grandma, you made this for me? Lunar tears were legendary flowers. Most people could live their entire lives without seeing one, and yet her grandmother had somehow collected a dozen or more. Kaine reached up and touched the wreath of it as she couldn't believe it was real. But where did you find these? Just stumbled upon them when I was out doing the shopping. The old woman turned away as she spoke, leading Kaine to suspect that the search had been more difficult than she was letting on. Probably. The pain she took to construct the ornament, let alone track down the flowers using its construction, made Kaine's heart hurt. She reached up and gently adjusted the wreath, admiring the way it felt between her fingers. It didn't quite turn out right, said her grandmother as she squinted at it. These old hands have trouble with delicate work, but it sure looks good on a pretty girl like you. Kaine blushed and turned away. You think I'm pretty? Of course you are. What a fool thing to say. But thank you, Grandma. Her grandmother smiled. You're gonna be fine, you and me, she said. As long as we got each other, we'll be just fine. Kaine took her grandmother's hand in hers. The two of them struggled to their feet. As they began the long walk home, Kaine gripped the hand with all her might, as if trying to stop smoke from drifting away on the wind. The rain had stopped. Kaine stood beneath the weather vane, watching it spin its lazy circles, no longer caring about the direction it faced when it stopped. I don't need to escape. I have a home now. Grandmother loves me, and that's enough. Even if it's us against the world. Kaine let her gaze drift up, past the vane and into the cloudy sky. The last faint hints of a rainbow were slowly fading. As she turned and headed for home, the light scattered into a million particles that vanished, seemingly taking away on the breeze. Ah, shit. I forgot how long these were. I'll try to read this one. In the distance, Kaine heard the steady sounds of an axe striking wood. The noise had a peaceful, purposeful quality to it, as if she was hearing a master woodsman go about his work. The firewood being produced, however, was as far from a work of art as could be. Pieces of every shape and size were being flung about a barren yard with wild ambition, abandon. Anyone trying to stack such wood would probably die of frustration before the job was through. Stupid piece of shit axe! Kaine's grandmother flailed away with the axe, filling the air with both splinters of wood and words that would make the most hardened sailor blush. "Grandma," called Kaine. "Now you, Kaine," yelled the old woman, taking her eyes off the wood for a moment. "Don't get too close, or I might take your goddamn foot off by mistake." She brought the axe down on a piece of wood, sending chips flying in every direction. One spun past Kaine close enough for her to hear the whistle, at which point she decided to step back. Once she succumbed to a safe distance, she cupped her hands around her mouth and shouted, "Grandma! Do you need help? I can get you a water or lunch or a new axe or something." The axe, poised to strike another wobbly blow, paused in midair. The old woman considered her granddaughter's offer for a moment, then smiled. "Tell you what, since I'm doing such a piss poor job of chopping, why don't you come here and take over so I can get the water?" Shades have been restless lately, and I don't want you running into one of them bastards." Relinquishing the axe, her grandmother picked up a long pole with wooden buckets on either end. Gathering water was by far the more difficult of the two, but Connie knew better than to complain. Once Grandma's mind was set, there was no changing it. Connie did her best to help with chores, but Grandma took every task that required travel to the village. Though she had a long list of plausible excuses, Connie knew the real reason. She didn't want her granddaughter to be taunted and harassed by the villagers. Once Connie moved in, Grandma decided to take up residence a good distance from the area. Out of sight, out of mind seemed to be the best policy when it came to the villagers and her granddaughter. And rare were the days when any of those two could be found on the rocky acre of land they called home. Connie enjoyed the solitude, but harbored a secret resentment that her grandmother was forced to spend her golden years in such a place. After watching her grandmother leave, Connie turned her attention to the task at hand. She had never chopped wood before in her life, and soon discovered why the old woman hated the chore. Swing after swing of the axe produced only a tiny crack in the wood, and when she finally managed to connect with a solid stroke, the tool embedded itself in the log and refused to budge. Frustrated, Kaine swung the axe around her head and threw it, lugging all across the yard. Damn it! Oh, crap. She suddenly understood the joy her grandmother felt in a good curse. Happier now, she picked up the axe, forced it in the wood, and resumed chopping. She had a natural skill with the blade, but the task was challenging, and blisters soon began to form on her small pink hands. This is tough. And my logs are all weird sizes. Spitting on her palms and ignoring the pain, Kaine redoubled her efforts. Just as she was developing a rhythm, Grandma returned from the village. Setting down her buckets with a small sigh, she took one look at the logs and coughed up a wheezy laugh. "Pretty clumsy, girl. You better practice if you..." Her grandmother suddenly collapsed to her knees, causing one of the buckets to wobble precautiously. Eyes wide, Kaine dropped the axe and ran to her grandmother's side. "Grandma!" The old woman shook her head and pointed a trembling finger at the bucket. Get the bucket. Can't let it spill." Kaine steadied the bucket with a foot as she knelt by her grandmother. A small bit of water sloshed over the side and made a new home in the hem of her dress, but Kaine didn't notice. Grandma, what's happening?" Crazed with panic, she grabbed her grandmother by the shoulder and shook. After a moment, the woman lifted her arms and batted Kaine away. "Just stop that! Just stop!" she cried, breathing heavily. "It ain't like I'm dying. Just tired from the trip is all." Kaine's desperately wanted to believe her, but one look at the old woman shaking hands and a worn face told her more than her words could ever. Her grandmother had lived a long, hard life, and it seemed the bill was finally coming due. The time when her grandmother watched over Kaine was ending soon. Neither of them had feared the positions would be reversed. The next morning, Kaine came to the side of her grandmother's bed and took her wrinkled hand. "Grandma, you're sick, and you need medicine. I'm going to the village." The old woman shook her head and tried to rise. But Kaine gently pushed her down. "It's all right," she said. "I'll be fine." Her grandmother fixed her with a gaze that could melt steel. After what seemed an eternity, she finally lowered her eyes and sighed. "Well, I don't like it, goddammit. But I guess I should quit being stubborn and let you grow up." The old woman watched as Kaine strapped on her boots and made her way down from the road to the village. Hours later, as an unseen sun made its way across a dark and rainy sky, she was still watching. Kaine moved at a brisk pace, checking her pockets every few minutes to make sure The money her grandmother gave her was still there. Every noise caused her to spin on her heels, making sure that she wasn't being stalked by a shade or worse, Demo and his gang. But she encountered neither tormentors nor shades, and Kane finally found herself at the entrance to the village. A few adults that could see glanced sideways at her, then muttered at each other behind raised hands before slinking away into the shadows. Her heart racing, Kane took a series of rapid, shallow breaths and tried to calm herself. I have to prove myself. I have to help Grandma. I have to be strong. She chanted those words to herself over and over as she slowly made her way. Finally, her eyes settled on a rotund older woman who was angrily waving her arms in the air and telling anyone who would listen exactly what she thought of Kane's presence. "Hey lady," said Kane with a bravado she did not feel. "Where's the apothecary?" The woman's falby cheeks shook in bewildered anger. "How dare this thing speak to me?" she seemed to say, but Kane saw that her eyes held a different emotion, fear. "They are both scared, lady. Trust me on this one." "Which way?" Kane repeated. The woman pointed at a small building to her right, hitching up her dress and stumbling off in the other direction. Kane cringed, expecting a stone to come flying at the assembled crowd, but none came. Her mind was filled with a strange sense of pride as she made her way to the apothecary. But the new emotion had little time to take root, for as soon as she opened the door, she noticed a familiar customer at the counter. It was Demo. He'd clearly been there on some kind of family errand because his gang of followers nowhere to be found. "Oh my god," he sputtered. What are you doing here, freak?" The insult was delivered without force, and Kane happily ignored it. Stretching on tiptoes to see over the counter, he asked the shopkeeper for the medication. "Ha!" barked Nito. "That old bitch finally keel over? Go to hell, Demo!" The boy's eyes grew so wide that they seemed ready to fall out of his hand, but before he could let fly a comeback or worse a punch, the apothecary told them to knock it off before he kicked them out of the store. Dino slunk out of the shop, cursing Kine under his breath. Once he was gone, she allowed herself to breathe once more, taking a deep breath toward the shop while the owner prepared her medication. Countless tiny bottles filled the cramped store, each with a label written in some indecipherable language. An ocean of aromas assaulted her nose, creating a scent that was ecstatic, but not altogether unpleasant. Exotic. Seeing such a variety of supplies gave Kane a sense of peace. Surely in a world so vast, there would be at least one place where she could call home. On the far wall behind the counter rested a portrait of a stunning young girl. The picture had once contained bright, vibrant colors, but time had worked its cruel magic as they were beginning to fade. The beauty of the work, however, remained undiminished. "You like that picture?" Kane turned to find the apothecary with a small vial of medicine in his hand. His eyes were gentle but sad, and they seemed to stare through her and into nothing as he spoke. "That's my daughter. I sketched it when she was just a little girl. She's been dead a long time now." Kane didn't know how to respond, so she just stared at the portrait and tried to come up with the right words. "Pictures are wonderful things," continued the shopkeeper. They let the closest ones to you live on forever." He shook his head slightly, then looked down at Kine and smiled. Handing her the medicine, he reached into his sizable green apron and produced a handful of old wax crayons. "You should have these. There's no one left that I wish to draw." Kine took an instinctive step back, causing the shopkeeper's face to darken. "Yes, I've heard the rumors about you," he said. "It's a small village and word travels quickly. Between you and me, I'm not sure which of them to believe. But I also don't think they matter very much. I know your grandmother, Kali, and I think the way she was driven out of this town is just deplorable." "Grandmother's name is Kali?" thought Kane suddenly. She was still mulling this new fact over in her mind as she reached down and gently took the crayons from the apothecary's hands. "Your grandmother's an old friend of mine," he said as Kane scooted away yet again, "and I owe her much. I wish she would like it if you drew a picture of her. Yes, I think she would like it very much." Kane murmured it in a quiet agreement, but inside her heart was bursting. Never before had a villager treated her with anything but complete contempt. It was a tiny, almost imperceptible step, but it was a step nonetheless, and with enough tiny steps, she might one day discover the rest of the world. When Kane returned home, she found her grandmother asleep in her bed. Her feet were blackened and raw, even bleeding a bit in places, leading Kaine to think that she had been pacing around the room until exhaustion finally caught up with her. She placed the medicine by her grandmother's pillow and turned to leave, but found the old woman's hand collapsed under her arm. "Back already, are you?" asked the grandmother with a yawn. "Come here. Let me have a look at you." Grandma sat up and examined Kaine from head to toe. Finally, satisfied that nothing terrible had befallen the grandchild, she leaned back and allowed herself to relax. "Well, how is it? Those bastards give you any trouble?" "It was kind of fun," said Kaine in a small smile. "No, seriously, it was." "Fun, eh?" asked her grandmother in a voice which implied she believed anything but. So anytime you need me to run an errand, just let me know." As she spoke, Kaine removed the crayons from her pocket. After a brief explanation of their source, she informed her grandmother that she was going to sketch her portrait. "Portrait of me? Ridiculous! No one wants to stare at a wrinkled old crone." "But Grandma, it'll make you live forever." "Horseshit," said the grandmother, throwing back the sheet from her bed. "Living forever would just piss me off. Now put those crayons away and help with dinner." But Kaine would not relent, and in the end, Grandma found herself leaning against the wall of their house as if posing for a master artist. Kaine took up the crayons, eyed her subjects carefully, and set to work. Just as her grandmother was about to nod off, Kaine finished the piece. After standing at it for a bit, she released it from her grip and let it slowly drift on the floor. "It's terrible. It doesn't look like you at all. I'm sorry, Grandma. I thought these crayons would, make drawing easy or something." But old woman's eyes narrowed at her grandmother's disappointment. "Let me be the judge of that," he said, ignoring the pain in her back and reaching for the paper. The sketch could have been a person's face. It also could have been a boulder, a lump of clay, or an incredibly misshapen loaf of bread, all rendered in a chaotic array of colors. The old woman stared at the picture for a long time, then slowly wheezed out a laugh. "Oh, Kaine," she said between laughter. "You truly are my blood. You're as clumsy as me, and I love it. But hush, I won't hear any more bull about how ugly you think it is. It came from the heart, and I'll treasure it always." True to her word, the old woman gave the picture a place of honor above the kitchen table. In the days that followed, Kaine would often catch her staring at the portrait with a strange smile on her face, an action she interpreted as silent, mocking laughter. A week later, Kaine could stand it no longer, and asked her grandmother to take down the artwork. "Posh," said the old woman. "I'll take this day down, and when they roll me into my shroud." She pondered this for a bit, then turned to Kaine and dropped to one knee. "Listen to me, girl. Seeing this picture makes me happy in a way I've never felt before. And it makes me want to go on, so someday you can feel the same happiness." There's a moment that burned itself in Kaine's memory, a perfect blend of pride and love and joy that came together to form a lifelong remembrance. She swore to never forget this moment, to never forget the old woman who had made her place in the world possible. Time moves on, people and memories moving in and out of life like ghosts passing through a hall. But this moment will be different, Kaine swore, because I'll remember it forever. Forever. And yeah, I would assume this is part 3 where grandmother died. We're almost done, people, for this. I know there's other, backstories too. I think there's one of Emil, if I remember right. Kaine listened to the sound of crackling firewood and stared at the black object on her plate. She'd been pushing it around the wooden disc for a good 10 minutes, ignoring the bemused stare of her grandmother. Finally, she summoned her courage and gave the object a brief sniff. A sharp, bitter scent flew up her nostrils and made it home there, causing her face to twist with disgust. "Grandma, I can't believe you want me to eat a bug." The old woman threw some more wood under the cooking pot and snorted. "It's no bug, you fool girl. It's a berry. Why the hell would I be feeding you bugs?" "It sure looks like a bug," said Kaine, "and I think it's burnt or something because it smells terrible." With that, Kaine held her nose and threw the berry into her mouth, chewing as little as possible. "Oh yeah, that's terrible, all right." "Why, you little brat," laughed the old woman. "Look at the sass on you. You've been spending too much time with me, and that's a fact." 5 years had passed since the moment when Kaine's grandmother saved her from the bullies. As is often the way with two stubborn people, their relationship had grown in fits and starts. But moving forward all the same, meals that used to be somber to stares were now filled with laughter and hurled abuse in equal measure. And they stirred each other's pot, basically, yeah. Kane cannot remember a time when she had been happier. As the years went by, Kane started to shoulder more and more of daily responsibilities. Her grandmother's leg grew weaker by the day, and she could no longer do many of the chores that she used to take for granted. And so this morning found Kane laced up her work boots with a breakfast of burned berry rolling through her belly. "Where are you going today?" asked Grandma suddenly. Kane looked up, surprised. The old woman rarely asked for specifics anymore. "I was going to check out the Kelma trees and see if they were ripe. I thought we could make some jam or something. Oh, and I'm going to go pick up some flagstones, so I need to take the wheelbarrow." "Flagstones? What the hell? What in the hell for?" Connie stared at the grandmother, then held out an arm and swept it around her home. Constructed mostly of cloth, rope, and rubble, the old place sagged like a boxer in the final round. "Grandma, a dying cat could shoot through this house. I'm going to build a stone wall so that we have some protection." The old woman laughed, exposing her toothless grin to the world. "God damn, girl, if a bunch of thieves want to ransack this old place, let 'em come. We got nothing worth stealing anyway." "I'm not worried about thieves, I'm worried about shades. People saw one west of the village yesterday." The old woman tilted her head and stared at her granddaughter. "Well, shoot, I don't know why you have to do it today. We can worry about it some other." "Grandma, no. If I don't get to the Kelma trees, we won't eat tonight. You know that." A confused expression passed across the old woman's face, and for a moment she was a small child lost at a carnival. "Yes," she said after a bit. "Yes, of course you're right. I'm sorry, Kane. Lately it seems my mind is..." She didn't finish the thought, instead walking over to her nightstand and gently talking to the wreath of lunar teals from the drawer. The flower's petals had aged to a brilliant whiteness, and Kane thought it was even more beautiful now than the day she first received it. "You're going to be a true woman soon," Grandma said as she placed the flowers in the girl's hair. "So that means less chatter about shades and building defensive walls, and we're talking about how beautiful you've become." Annoyed, Kane reached up to remove the garland, but the look on her grandmother's face stopped in her hand. "You're a beautiful thing," said the old woman. "There ain't another girl like you in all the world. I'm very proud of you." "Okay, Grandma, that's enough goddamn compliments for one day." "Such a mouth on you. Where did that come from? Gee, I wonder." "I'll teach you to sass me, girl," yelled Grandma. Suddenly, she lurched forward and grabbed Kane by the ears, pulling her around the room with a crazed grin on her face. "Grandma," yelled Kane in a squawking voice. Grandma, stop it! What the hell?" The old woman stared at her and blinked, then slowly held her wrinkled hands out as she was the first time she had ever seen them. "Oh, I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry, girl. Sometimes my mind just..." Kane thought the look on her grandmother's face was the most heartbreaking thing she had ever seen. "Listen," she began, "maybe I should stay home after all." "No, I wouldn't have to have you stay here to keep an eye on a codger like me. You get your fruit and your wall and whatnot, I'll be fine. And when you come back, I'll have a nice grasshopper dinner waiting for you." Kane rolled her eyes, then kissed her grandmother on the forehead and made ready to depart, trying desperately to ignore the worry that she was gnawing at the walls of her heart. Kane could feel the old woman's eyes watching her as she moved down the path. Don't turn around, she told herself. But then the temptation was too great. She spun on her heel for one final look and saw a small, bent woman stand in front of a ramshackle hut with a sad expression on her face. God, she looks so old now. It's like the wind could reach down and just carry her away. Yeah. Kane worried about her grandmother all day, causing her work to suffer. With little fruit she could collect was tossed carelessly into the wheelbarrow, and she only had found a couple of stones before losing interest in the project. Finally, as dusk approached, she decided to call it a day. Cursing herself for the lack of focus, Kane pushed the nearly empty wheelbarrow back down the path. As she crested the final hill, she suddenly froze in place. The wheelbarrow fell from her fingers and collapsed on the side, sending a few pieces of wrinkled brown fruit rolling back down the hill. Her gaze was transfixed by a thick black cloud that hovered just ahead. Tracking its path with a finger, Kane suddenly felt her stomach knot in on itself. Oh no, gods, no. Her grandmother's house was ablaze. The flames licking up as if trying to touch the sky itself. Grandma! Kane ran then, faster than she had ever moved in her life. Once she tripped on a stone and went sprawling into the rocky ground. As she leaped to her feet and continued running, unmindful of the blood that spilled from her wounded hands and knees. As she got closer and closer, Kaine's mind began to race in time with her footfalls. It's too dark. It's too dark, not just fire. Can't be fire, too much smoke. Gotta save her, gotta save her. She burst into the front yard and came out to a sudden halt, her worst suspicions confirmed. The smoke from the fire was mingling with the thick, inky blackness of an enormous shade. The massive creature supported itself on 3 twisted feet and achieved balance through means of a large, unarmored tail. Scales, horns, and claws sprouted from its body in random, chaotic pattern, giving it the appearance of a lizard designed by some insane god. Seeing Kaine, it let out a roar and flicked its tail, sending small whirlwinds spinning around the yard. For a moment, the creature retreated into a shimmering, inky blackness, as if her mind was unable to comprehend that such a thing could actually exist. But then the smell hit her, a blend of rotted meat and excrement, and the horror became real once more. The creature bellowed again, and this time Kaine responded with a scream of her own. "Alright, you bastard," she thought, as her scream echoed off the high cliffs around them. "It's you or me, let's go!" The shade eyed Kaine with bemused interest, then it began looking from her to the house and back again, as if urging her to look at the destruction it had so gleefully wrought. With dread building in her heart, Kaine glanced toward the house. Through the smoke and flame, she spotted a small figure struggling to escape the ruins. "Grandma!" As the sound of her voice, the old woman began waving frantically. "She's alive," thought Kaine, "alive." Kaine's legs sprang to life as she raced across the yard and toward the flaming wreckage of her house. Before she could advance more than a few steps, the shade opened its mouth and let out a roar powerful enough to uproot trees and send them flying. The blast sent Kaine tumbling through the air before smashing her against the rocky earth. Stars danced in front of her eyes as she tried to remember how her legs worked. "Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Now!" As Kaine struggled to her feet, the shade stomped toward the house and pinned her grandmother to the ground with the tip of a claw. The old woman struggled to move the claw from her stomach, but she might well have been pushing a mountain. She coughed briefly, sending a small spray of blood into the air, then collapsed to the ground, her energy spent. Kaine lurched at her feet, only to fall back to earth with a gasp. Her ankles were on fire. One or both of them were surely broken. Ignoring the pain that screamed through her body, she began dragging herself across the ground, leaving a drunken trail of dust and blood in her wake. "Grandma, hold on, just a little longer." Her grandmother's face was turning blue, her eyes rolling back until only the whites were exposed. Kaine pulled herself across the ground with maddening slowness, the distance seeming to increase with every second that passed. The shade glanced between the two women and flicked out its tongue, its giant mouth turning up all at the corners. Short, panting breaths belched from somewhere deep inside its core. "Bastard! Laughing at us!" She had no idea how such a mindless creature could experience emotion, but there could be no doubt that the shade was taking joy in the suffering. "Yeah, I see your plan." The shade moved its claw slightly, allowing Grandma to breathe again. It was clearly keeping her alive, only to snuff out her life when Kaine was close enough to touch her. "I'm gonna kill this bastard." Summoning all her strength, Kaine rose to her feet. There was a sickening snap from her right ankle as the foot twisted backwards. Jesus Christ. But she forced it from her mind and began to hobble toward the monster. Pulling a small knife from the pouch of her waist, she kept on the foot that pinned her grandmother and plunged that weapon deep. "Give her back!" she screamed. "Give her back to me!" It was like stabbing a rock. After a few swipes, the knife broke at the hilt with a dull snap. The shade panted laughter again, then raised its tail and sent it rushing through the air toward the young girl that was lashed to its foot. Kaine never had a chance. The tail struck her square in the chest and sent her crashing into the burning wreckage of the house. As she lay on the ground with blood pouring out from multiple wounds, a small, weak voice spoke up. "Kaine." Kaine's vision blurred, but she forced herself to focus on the sound. Finally, her eyes cleared enough for her to make out her grandmother's hands reaching out to her through the smoke. "Grandma!" "Kaine, you gotta run. You can't best this one." Kaine grabbed the hands and held on with all her strength. "Grandma, come on, we have to go." The old woman coughed loudly. One of her hands, slick with blood, slipped from Kaine's grasp and thumped to the ground below. "Grandma, no! No!" "I said run, goddammit! You have have to live. You have to get through. That thought would stay forever unfinished before she could say another word. The shade's clawed foot descended, smashing through the remains of the roof and down upon the shattered figure of the old woman. Blood oozed from gaps in the creature's toes as the terrible putrid smell assaulted Kaine's nose once again. She stared at the foot, dumbfounded, convinced that what she was seeing could not possibly be real. When the creature finally lifted its appendage, all that remained underneath was a twisted, unrecognized stem of mass of rubble and red. Her grandmother was gone. Kaine blinked, trying to feel the hands, which had been there just a moment before. For a fleeting instant, she could remember the warmth of that embrace, the trembling of the fingers, but then the sensation drifted away on the breeze and was gone. Memories flashed through Kaine's mind, one after the other, faster and faster until they became a meaningless jangle of noise. Kaine screamed then, a thunderous sound that echoed off the cliffs and seemed to roll away forever. The shade eased forward, black ichor pouring from its mouth and dissolving into smoke on the ground below. The earth shook with every step as it crept towards its prey. Kaine's body slowly rose as if controlled by a mad puppet master. Her arms and legs were bent at impossible angles. Her head lolled dangerously to the side, yet somehow she managed to stand. Staring at the shade, her eyes began to glow with a deep red fire. The creature, so confident just moments before, took a slow, hesitant step backward, trying to discern if this broken human could possibly pose a threat. I mean, I'd be shitting bricks. Kaine seized the moment, laughing like a mad woman. She leapt into the air and plunged the shattered hilt of their knife deep into the leg of the shade. The shade shook Kaine off like a fly, sending her crashing to the earth once again. Her chest rose and fell slowly, as if a great weight were resting on it. Moist sounds of pain echoed through her mind. Something warm and thick oozed from her ears. Is that blood? Think it is. Think I'm bleeding to death. No, can't die. Grandma told me to live. Deep inside Kaine's mind, something finally broke. The sound, the pain, the smoke of the flames, all of it faded away until all that remained was a single incantation repeated over and over again. Kill it! 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 And a lot of kill it's. Kill it now! As a spark that was Kaine slowly began to flicker and die, she felt the desire to kill and her desire to live blended to one. The distance between heartbeats grew longer and longer and longer. God damn, that took forever.
The beast approaches.
Oh, I know.
I think I was reading for fucking 40 minutes there, shit. So yeah, basically how it works is like, basically for every ending like we complete until we get the true ending, it's gonna basically make like a checkpoint more or less for us, and certain requirements are done to get the other endings.
This creature must have. How did it even survive these past 5 years?
But as you can see, we still have like our levels. Yeah, like we're still level 30, we still have all our equipment, we have all our items. Our quest log is still the same, it should be. Yeah. So, yeah, this is one reason why the speedrunning thing becomes easier, because we're just higher leveled and we'll have better, stronger equipment. But yeah, this boss should be pretty fucking easy. I just gotta aim for the damn thing better. Yeah, that was the allies, like 2 hits. Huh. Only 1 hit there with the lance. Yeah, easy as shit. So that's one good thing, is we have multiple tries to try to take down these bosses, like speedrun style. So it's just it's kind of lame that we have to fight part 2 bosses like essentially 4 times. Like, it does get kind of old. Oh, okay, we have one more dream? Shit. Hopefully it's short. Gently, weakly, softly, Shade, sure that its tormentor was dead, turned and stopped off toward the horizon. Stopping along the way to bellow one final roar. Couldn't kill it. Shamed beyond imagining, Kane tried to turn her head to the side, but only succeeded in coughing up a huge gout of blood. It was getting difficult to see, and only after a moment of fierce concentration did she finally realize that her left eye was gone. Laughing to herself, she turned her remaining eye to the ruins of her home and noticed a ragged stump of arm resting a few feet away. Yeah, that's mine, she thought with a mad giggle. This is gonna make clapping a real bitch. Ha! Cried a sudden voice from the depths of her mind. Finally gonna die, are ya? Well, you had it coming. Go to hell, Demo, she thought, at the unseen assailant. Assailant? Go to hell before I pluck out your eyes and feed them to a dog. The voice of her childhood terror evaporated into smoke, only to be replaced by another, more recent voice. Hold still, said the apothecary, materializing from the ruins like a ghost. I want to draw you. That way you can live forever. No, stop. Don't want to live forever. Want to die right here. I see, he said quickly. Well, if that's what you want. The spectral shopkeeper fluttered in and out of existence for a moment, then produced a piece of paper and sketched quickly. After a few seconds, he turned the page to Kaine and smiled. Since he rejected my offer, I decided to draw someone else. It was a picture of her grandmother, Rila's life. Kaine opened her mouth to thank the man, but stopped as the picture began to blacken in the middle. Before she could say anything, dozens of multi-legged insects began to swarm across the image, tearing at it with sharpened pincers. No, stop! Don't hurt that picture! Kaine reached out with her remaining arm and waved furtively at the air. To her surprise, the insects fell off the picture and to the ground below, where they vanished like into tiny black tendrils of smoke. Relieved, Kaine turned her good eye back to the picture, only to open her mouth in a silent scream. The sketch now showed her grandmother as she truly was, a smashed, unrecognized lump of nothing. The apothecary smiled, then broke into a jolly dance. See that? He cried as he danced his dig. It's perfect now. She looks just like you. Ha ha ha! I look like that? Oh god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Drowning in despair, Kaine laid her head down in the mud and smoke of her ruined home and waited for the end to come. But just before she let everything go, an unfamiliar voice began whispering in her ear. Ain't you got a wish, sunshine? The voice was vulgar and fierce at the same time, as if insanity had somehow found a way to take form. Kaine wanted to scream as the voice crawled under her skin, but her lungs refused to work. You know, a wish, like a prayer or something? Why don't you just get on your knees and start praying to heaven? Please, invisible man in the sky, save me, save me! Gah! Kaine finally restored to shouting at the voice with her mind. I don't make wishes, they don't come true for me. I'm a curse, a freak. I should be left to die. The other voice boomed in her ears. Oh god, you are the best. Kaine glanced down and saw a black, shiny substance oozing from her lungs. She began to brush it away, but her remaining arm would no longer respond. The substance slowly crept around her feet, and began working up towards the rest of her body. Is this death? Is this what it feels like, or is my mind just losing itself? She could feel the slime oozing upward, feeling the hot, searing pain it left in its wake. Whatever else might be happening, she was still alive, and this was real. Come on, said the voice, let it go. Kaine tried to ignore the voice and concentrate on the pain. But the newcomer would not have none of it. Don't ignore me, sunshine. You're ready to give up, ready to die, so why not let me have it? Have what? Your body. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. I want to stand on the ground, feel the rain, taste the wind. The voice paused as if licking its lips. When it resumed, it was filled with mad, unabated joy. And I want to take your hands and use them to choke the goddamn life out of people. I want to tear out their throats and bathe in the blood, just like before. In response, Kaine shifted her head and vomited. The warmth of it crept down in front and mingled with the pain of the encroaching black ooze. Are you a shade? Haha, yeah, maybe, what of it? The slime reached her face, crept up past her nose, and slowly oozed into the socket of her missing eye. The moment it touched her brain, Kaine was struck by the most powerful sensation she ever felt in her life. It was ecstasy. She wanted to scream with delight, but all she could manage was a small, whispered moan. Feels good, don't it? Asked the voice with a chuckle. Yeah, what can I say? I know how to please the ladies. Now give me that body. Come on, give me the body, and I'll give you more of this feeling. It's a fair trade. A black lump began to protrude from Kaine's side as she watched it grow longer and thicker, eventually taking the form of her missing arm. I can see better, she thought. My eye must be growing back, too. The slime reached up to envelop the rest of her face, but she managed to brush it away. Stop, she whispered, marveling at how she had regained her voice. Stop. The black ooze hesitated, as if considering this request, but then quickly shimmered down her body before disappearing in a cloud of smoke. Ah, what the hell, Sunshine? Screamed the voice. We had a deal. I thought you wanted to die. Grandma said, can't die yet. A brief image of her grandmother, bloodied and broken, flashed before her eyes. She saw the shade that had killed her, and heard its mocking laughter, then closed her eyes to force the image out of her mind. Her whole body was quaking with rage. When she opened her eyes again, they turned bright red. That thing took my grandmother. I have to kill it before I die. Kaine glanced down and saw a mysterious pattern. The pattern of the shades burn itself into her left arm. Well, I'll be damned, said the voice cheerfully. Look at that, Sunshine. I think you and me are going to be good friends now. Kaine stared intently at her arm. The more emotional she felt, the more the letters seemed ready to puncture her skin and begin infecting the rest of her body. The arm clearly had a will of its own now. Stop. Gotta stop. Holding her left arm and her right, Kaine took a deep breath and tried to calm herself. Come on, don't fight it, pleaded the voice. It's my favorite dish, and I'm hungry. Let it go. Feel the anger. Burn with the fire of revenge. Thirst for blood. Then go out there and... Shut up and get the hell out of my body. Your body? Oh, that's rich, Sunshine. Real rich. Look, why don't you just shut up? Why don't you just up and die so I can have this body all to myself? What do you say? I like these buddy of yours in the area. Would love to see you dead. Kaine grabbed a nearby shard of glass and tried to saw off the shade-infected portion of her side. Before she could, her darkened left arm grabbed her right wrist, crushed it. Kaine screamed and dropped the shard as the sound of bone crunching on bone filled the air. Gah, stupid little girl. You're possessed now, Sunshine, and there ain't no going back. The voice laughed again, a loud, long wail that seemed to go on without end. Possessed, whispered Kaine. Yeah, possessed you and me? We got what you might call a timeshare arrangement. Remember how folks need to think you were a freak? Well, what'll they get a load of you now? Kaine looked up, tears in her eyes. The sky seemed smaller, somehow darker. Is this because of that shade? Is this how they see the world? So, listen, poured the voice. I know this whole possession thing seems a bit sudden, but it ain't all that bad. There's plenty for you, too. I'm a very powerful creature, Sunshine, and I know that and now that power belongs to you. You got enemies, people you want to kill? I can make it happen. That little fat kid who kept picking on you? That big old shade that squashed your granny? Or wrap them all up, well, wrap them up in their own assholes. No more abuse for you, Sunshine. No more pain. Well, wait, said Kaine. You're a shade. Why would you help me kill another shade? What, you think I'm some kind of racist? Some killing snob? I don't give a damn who you murder, honey pants. I just want to drink from the well. Kaine considered this as she struggled to her feet, the power of the shade had coursing through her. The smoke from her house was drifting away with the wind, and she enjoyed the way the cool evening breeze felt on her new left arm. After a long pause, the voice spoke up again. So, how about it, you and me? We could have some good times together. Look, I'll even take care of the bloody part if you don't want. Fuck off, asshole. I'll handle the killing. Ha! Screamed the voice. Look at you go, Sunshine. We're gonna have so much fun. So listen, my name's Tyran. And if you never need me, I'll just be hanging on this piece of meat you call a heart. Now get to it. The more you kill, the more your heart turns rotten and sour, and I like rotten and sour. Kaine forced herself, nodding at the voice. Yeah, she said. Yeah, I think this can work. I'm gonna find that shade, and I'm gonna strangle it with its own guts. And when I'm done, I'm gonna do the same to you, Tyran. Count on it. Ha! Laughed Tyran. I've shit bigger than you, so good luck with that. And oh hey, one more thing. Right now, you and me are sharing the body. But if you ever run out of hate, if you ever, get soft, then I'm gonna take over everything. So keep on killing, Sunshine, and watch your back. The voice grew fainter and gradually faded away. Fading to somewhere deep inside Kaine herself. Kane waited until she was sure the voice was gone. She waved her new left arm around a few times. Feels perfectly normal, she thought. It feels like mine. Desperately, she began poking and prodding at the new limb, determined to find something wrong with it. She didn't want it to feel normal. That would mean that the creature inside her had already run. I'm not a shade, I'm Kaine. Repeat this mantra in her mind. She slowly began digging through the rubble of her house, being careful to ignore a certain red-stained spot in the corner. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of heartbreaking work, she found what she was looking for. It was the wreath of lunar tears. Though it had been through hell and back, the garland's petals were as bright as ever. Kaine started to place it in her hair, but then slowly lowered the wreath and stared at it. I'm sorry, Grandma, I'm so sorry, but I don't deserve to wear this anymore. I'm possessed, corrupted, a freak. At this time, I don't think there's any going back. Holding the flowers to her heart, Kaine's knee fell to the ground and sobbed. As night gradually lightened to dawn and the people of the area rose to their daily life, she remained in that position as if tears could somehow wash away the horror that has now infected her world.
Alive. Stay alive. Stay alive.
Grandma.
Kaine, you gotta live. You gotta come back to us.
Oh, hey. Emil, you were the one calling me, weren't you?
You still recognize me?
Of course. I knew you right away.
Thank you, Kaine.
Welcome back, Kaine.
Wow, you grew up. So, how long has it been?
5 years.
Shit. That's a long time. Any luck with Yona?
We are still no closer to finding her.
By the way,
Is that...
it's not as good as your grandmother's, but I tried.
No, it's great.
So yeah,
Kaine waking from her long petrified sleep. Emil's unflagging kindness. Our reunion was a happy one. We let it wash over us like rain. That is, until Devila and Popola had to go and ruin it all. Are you kidding me?
Please, people.
This is crap, and you know. You and
yeah, we're gonna skip this shit. We're gonna skip a lot of this stuff. The only thing that's, I guess, kind of different is the
What is the matter?
Kaine always sleeps outside. I never.
We should.
I didn't get much sleep that night.
so Kaine's possessed arm,
For the first
Tyran.
time in my life.
He actually will say things here and there in the game
For the first time in my life.
from
I
this point
doubted
onward. The thing is, I do not remember when he actually fucking
Those
talks,
feelings are pointless in the end.
but he's got kind of a interesting voice, I
They
guess.
said and did what they did for the sake of the village. To protect it from the horror of the
Well, but
Shades.
to my knowledge, well, oh shit, yeah. There's actually different context also for the
How can I
getting
blame
the key
Devila and
fragments,
Popola?
except for, I guess, the tree.
In the end, I'm just
Like, I
as
think
bad,
that's exactly the same.
because I never once stopped to think about Kaine and Emil's situation myself.
Man, this fucking candle's been going for like probably 5 hours now.
I should apologize to Kite, but what good would that even do?
I got a fire going, Kaine.
Wait, he's...
Good.
I'm so happy to get to talk to you again, Kaine.
Oh! Additional scene I didn't even know about.
Yeah, me too.
I tried everything I could think of to save you, you know. I polished you with a special cloth. I poured warm water over you. I...
Wait, you poured water on me?
Yeah, but it didn't really do much except make you all shiny.
Hmm.
Hey, Emil. Thanks for saving me.
I guess you noticed how I look different now.
I'm sorry, Emil. I'm sorry for all of it.
Well, I mean, this new form isn't all bad, you know? At least I can look at you when we talk.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, so why don't you tell me something about yourself?
I'm not very interesting.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Come on, I just want to know you better. Please?
Fine. This all happened when I was a kid. Before the whole shade possession thing. My body is... different. And when the villagers found out about it, they started treating me like a freak. But one person, my grandmother, accepted me just as I was. No matter how bad things got. She gave me the strength to keep going.
She's really special to you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, hey! That gives me an idea. Since we cured your petrification, we should start looking for a way to cure your possession in my body. I know we can do it if we all work together. Heck, it'll probably be super easy.
Let me guess. More warm water?
Okay, can we just forget I told you about that?
That was a cute scene. I don't remember if that was actually in the original game. That those two by a fire. That was nice though.
Sleep well? And yet your red eyes tell it. Don't be so hard on your...
I need to...
Go and grab some of this shit, I guess. I was just making sure there's nothing up there.
What might that be?
It's Mom's diary.
What? Oh, is in like mother?
I have not heard you speak
Yeah,
much about
same.
your mother.
She got the Black Scrawl and died when I was little.
My apologies for bringing it up.
It's all right. I can barely remember her face anymore. This is the only thing I have left of her. Reading it helps remind me of when we were still a family.
I see.
But the final entries get a little strange.
In what way?
Well, here, take a look.
What?
Say there. Can you not hear me?
Oh!
Why are you standing about like a slack-jawed ninny?
Sorry. Felt like I was dreaming or something.
Sleeping on one's feet is quite the talent indeed. Come now, there's the door.
Right. Let's go.
Well, I'll be fucking damned. Proceed beyond this point and you not be able to save until the battle is over? Yeah, this is actually what the PS3 Nier guy looked like. So you can actually play as him. Well, the thing is, we've been playing a long time. Can I go back? Yeah, let's we'll do this next time. But yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. I didn't think they would I didn't think they'd put him in here. I'm assuming it's just for this like segment though. Going to the diary.
My word.
Something wrong?
I feel as if I've just awoken from a most unpleasant dream.
I know what you mean. That happens to me whenever I read it.
Huh. Well, that's pretty interesting. Yeah, I think I heard something about that. I think that's supposed to be like the DLC or something for the game, but you can only access it once once you get the ending A. So, but yeah, so we're gonna be working on well, getting materials mostly. That's mostly what we'll be doing in this damn game. I'll do some more side quests here and there, you know. Yeah, that's gonna be it for me tonight, guys. This is good game and all. Probably play more of this tomorrow. I mean, hopefully I can actually, you know, work tomorrow, so who knows how long my shift will be. Until next time, thanks guys, see you later.